Greetings, music makers. I'm Dr. Cayari, and in this video, we'll be thinking about how media and technology mediate musical performance. In other words, how does performing through a microphone or to a camera change the way a musician shares their art with others? First off, we're going to start with the definition. Hey, Google, explain to me what the word mediation means when we're talking about technology.
Mediated in the context of technology refers to communication or interaction that happens through a technological medium, meaning that a technology like a phone, computer, or internet platform is used to facilitate the communication between people, rather than direct face-to-face interaction.
If we think about it, a mediated musical performance is one that a musician does through technology that allows them to communicate or interact with their audience. Have you ever wondered how singing into a microphone transforms your voice? Jonathan Stern, in his book The Audible Past, delves into this fascinating topic. Let's explore his theory. Stern argues that singing to a microphone is not just about amplifying sound. It's complex interaction between the singer, the technology, and the cultural context. In the early days of sound recording, microphones were seen as magical devices that could capture the essence of a performance. But Stern points out that this process is far from neutral. When a singer performs, their voice is shaped by the microphone. The microphone doesn't just passively receive sound, it actively mediates it. The mediation affects the timbre, tone, and even emotional impact of the voice. Stern highlights how singers learned to adapt their techniques to the microphone. They adjusted their distance, volume, and even their vocal style to suit the technology. This interplay created a new form of vocal performance, one that was immediately tied to the microphone. He writes,
"The medium does not mediate the relation between singer and listener, original and copy. It is the nature of their connection. Without the medium, there would be no connection, no copy, but also no original, or at least no original in the same form. The performance is for the medium itself. The singer sings to the microphone, to the network, not to the woman listening at the other end."
Today, we take this interaction for granted. But Stern reminds us that the microphone has fundamentally changed how we experience and understand singing. It's not just a tool, it's a co-creator in the art of vocal performance. And one more thing that Stern wrote about in The Audible Past has to do with defining a medium. His definition of a medium is one of my favorites.
"The medium is the shape of a network of social and technological relations, and the sounds produced within the medium cannot be assumed to exist in the world apart from the network. The medium does not necessarily mediate, authenticate, dilute, or extend a pre-existing social relation. This network sensibility is widespread in the iconography of reproducibility are many images of performances for the network, sounding to a machine so that the machine might then reproduce the sound."
In other words, the medium, like a microphone or recording device, is part of a network of social and technological connections. The sound we hear through this medium doesn't exist independently of this network. The medium doesn't just passively transmit or change existing social transactions. Instead, it plays an active role in creating and shaping these interactions. This idea is common in how we think about reproducible performance, where performers sing or play for a machine that will then reproduce their sound. He argued that we can consider a medium as
recurring relations among people, practices, institutions, and machines rather than simply machines in and of themselves. We can then say that the media of sound reproduction are the material conditions for contemplation of the original copy distinction.
There it is. We started this series of videos with what is a medium, and here is my favorite definition. It's a contingent network of reoccurring relationships among people, practices, institutions, and, as my old mentor Matt Tebow and I like to say, technologies, which includes machines, as Stern suggested, but also includes other tech that includes online platforms and tangible ideas like the internet and other things that require machines to run. But I digress. Using this definition, we see that the nature of a medium is really dependent on 1, the people who use it, 2, the way the institutions they move through shape it, 3, the practices they develop to mold it, and 4, the technologies they adapt to do the things they need to communicate or inform. This works for when we're thinking about a concert hall, as well as a platform like YouTube. So, as we are thinking musicians, if you're in my class, you'll have a reflection for this. But whether you're my student or not, I want to know, if you were performing through a mediating technology, like creating a YouTube video or over a two-way radio, how does shifting your concept of performing to a camera or microphone versus performing directly to an audience change your approach to music making? I look forward to reading your answers, and until next time, keep on making music.